Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at percussion stickings for your drum parts. It's relatively simple to do, it's just finding out where the menus are and getting there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with just a simple paradiddle. So I'm going to press 2, or you could press 2 on your keypad down here, but I use the number pad, shortcuts, awesome. Okay, so there's my snare drum. Just going to turn my volume down. There's the snare drum, and I'll just press escape, so I've just got that note written. I'm just going to press the R to bring it across and just repeat whatever's highlighted. Now we do want to put accents in, so what I've got the note highlighted there, and you can see the accent on the keypad here, or it's the equal sign on the number pad on your keyboard. So you can see I just highlight those notes and put them in like that. Nice and simple. Now I'm just going to press highlight everything, press X to get stem direction going up. Now, to get your percussion sticking, click on the note you want to start with, and then right-click and go down to your text tab, and then other staff text, and then down here to percussion stickings. As you can see, there's a cursor flashing now. It's ready for us to enter. Now, I'm just got my caps lock on because it's for the stickings. Now, I'm going to put my R in, and then to move to the next note, you press the space bar. As I press it, you can see it move across to the next one. Then I'll go my left, and then space, then right, space, then left space, right space, left space, left space. And you just do that for the rest, right, left, left, left. Okay, easy, done like that. Now, with the stick, there is a certain flexibility you have with this. Say your accents, you wanted those to be in a bold text. You wanted them to come out. Some people might even use lowercase for the non-accents. But what you could do, if I highlight that there and all the accents, I'm just going to hold down the command key, and that allows me to select individual items. I've got that there, and then you can move up to your text tab. And just by the way, I've got the ribbon hidden. This green button in the top right hand corner shows it and reveals it. Yeah, when I know a lot of the shortcuts, so I can have it up so it gives me more space. But I'm going to go down the text button here, and you can see it's got the percussion stickings, it's got what it is and everything here. What you could do, I could bold those, and then that's simple. You can see how they're now bolded to make those accents stand out a bit more. And say with your actual text, you want to change the text style. And this is not just for percussion stickings, but pretty much everything in the software. You go into your text menu up the top here, and in the styles bracket, it's difficult to find, but it's this little button right at the right hand bottom corner. I'm going to press that, and you can see it comes up with a menu of all the different texts within the app. So I've just highlighted percussion stickings here. Now I can go to edit, and then in here you can change the font, you can put borders on it, change the positions, horizontal, vertical positions, the size, etc. like that. So if you want to change the font, you could just go up into here. I like condensed fonts for my stickings, just keeps it nice and close and allows me to put it right underneath the notes. But in here like this, you could change it. I could go to Arial Rounded Bold and put that in there. You can see the preview of the text, and if I just OK, close, you can see it's changed all the text throughout the thing. So if you've done your whole score or drum part or teaching sheet, and at the end you go, oh man, I want to change the text for my percussion stickings, it's not too difficult to do. I'm just going to Command Z, undo that, put it back to our original one. Okay, now I'm going to just press the return on that bar to give us a little more thing. I'm going to give us a few more bars at the end just by pressing Command B. Just gives us a little bit more working room down here. Now let's have a look at another scenario. This one I'm going to do an 8th note groove. So I'm going to press 3 on my number pad to make it so I've got 8 notes. And I'm just going to put it up there in the hi-hat position. And then I'm going to press Shift Option 1, turn into the hi-hat, and move that along. And I'm going to leave beat 4 blank because we're going to put a fill in there, and that's where we're going to look at the sticking. So to put the bass drum in, first I'm going to highlight the first note, and then I'm going to go Shift 9, and then Shift Option 0 to change the note head, then on to beat 2, Shift 5, we'll put it in the snare position, Shift Option 0, and then I can use the arrows, move across to the next one, Shift 9, Shift Option 0, to get that one happening there. Okay, now I want to put the fill in. So for the fill, I'm going to use the 16th notes, 2 on the number pad, bang, 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 like that. That last one, I'm just going to, I'll press escape to get out of the note entry part. I'm going to press 3, turn it into an 8th note, and put it up using the arrow keys up to the high tom there. Now I do want to turn these around, so once again, highlight everything, X, done. Now we only want stickings on this last one. The first part of the groove doesn't need it, so we're just going to start where we hit the note where we're going to start on, right click, bring up the menu, wait there, so I'm just going to right click up here, bring up the menu, go to text, other staff text, and then percussion stickings. So what I'm going to do here is just go right, then space to move to the next note, left, space to move to the next note, then right again. Okay, nice and simple. Now let's look at another scenario here. What I'm going to do is enter a 16th note groove, so using 2 on my number pad to bring up 16th note entry, do the first one, escape, to get out a note entry, change the note head with Shift Option 1. Then repeat that across. I'm just going to do the first 2 beats for the minute. And then I'm going to put Shift 9 and then Shift Option 0 for the bass drum. Highlight where I want the snare, Shift 5, and Shift Option 0 for that. Now, what I'm going to do is just copy these across to the last 2 beats of the bar. To do that, you highlight the start of where you want to copy, and then holding Shift down, highlight the end of the section. You'll see it be all highlighted in blue, and then press R to repeat whatever's highlighted. Done like that. And normally here we'd highlight it all, press X, and it would turn the sticking around. But what I'm going to do at the moment, I'm going to add a second voice. And I'm not going right into voices here. I'll do another video on that. But to get into voices, you can go down here to your keypad, and I'm going to press voice 2 is what I want. And for this, I'm going to use hi-hats with the left foot moving up and down. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then I'm going to put Shift Option 1. And you can see it's in a different color, so it stands out. Okay, and I've got the hi-hat down there. I'm just going to repeat that. So this, and I know there's already a hi-hat written, so this is just for an example for anyone out there who's picked up on that. So now you can see it automatically changes the voice direction to make it clearer to read, similar to if you're writing for piano, like with your left hands and right hands, how that works. So we've got this now. We want to put the sticking in for this one. So I go to the first note there where I want it, and I'm going to right-click, go down to my text menu, other staff text, and then percussion stickings. Now you'll see by default, Sibelius puts it down the bottom. So let's just enter it first, and then we'll look at what we can do with it. So I'm going to do my right, left, right, left. Now, this here, right and left landing together. So I'm going to put my right, I'm going to put a slash, and then the L for left. Okay, so you can put as many letters as you want in there, and then you just press space, and that will move me to the next note. As you see, it's automatically spaced it and moved it down. So now we're back onto our left, then right, then left, like that sort of thing. And what I'm going to do, rather than enter all that through again, I'm just going to highlight that, shift click, highlight that, and repeat it. So we've got it all in there. Okay, and you can see how it all lines up, but this sticking is quite clumsy down the bottom here. So what we want to do, and we'll do this for the whole bar to make it look right, I'll move it down actually to a new line so we can see even clearer. So with this, if I want to highlight all the same object within a system, I've got the percussion sticking highlighted there, and then what I can do, if I hold Shift Command A, you can see that selects all of the same kind, and I've got it there. And what I can do, just use the arrow keys. You can move it up. You can see how slowly it moves. But if I hold Command, that accelerates the movement and goes in bigger intervals. So all of a sudden, now we've got all the sticking up the top there. So that's how you can move sticking from top to the bottom. Okay, it's a nice, simple way to go about it, getting it all happening. Another scenario that we're going to look at today is for drum legends and keys, like when you want to put more than just a couple of letters in there. So for this, I'm just going to set up a simple quarter note over there. Enter that. We'll just put that on the snare line in the middle, and we'll just repeat that across 4 times. And I'm going to hold X and turn those upside down. So as I mentioned before, you can write multiple letters for individual note heads. So I've got the note selected. I'm going to go into my text, other staff text, percussion stickings, and then under there I might go snare. I'll take my caps lock off, which I had on for all my R's and L's, snare, and so I've written snare, and then I go spacebar moves me to the next note. So I want to write high tom. I'd write high, and then if I press spacebar, that'll take me to the next note. So what I need to do is press the tab key, and that puts a space in between the words, and I can write my tom there like that sort of thing. Okay, and if like that's pretty close there, but in a legend you'd have them all spaced out, and you can see that. So the next one, if I want to go to the next one, I can just get back in there, press my space bar, move me to the next one, and we could just write, then you could write your bass, and then tab, drum, then space bar across, splash, tab, cymbal. Okay, so that's how you can move between the different notes when you've got a space in between the words. Okay, so there you go. That's a great introduction to using percussion stickings. Makes your pieces really, really obvious for the performer too, which is awesome. And you can put them up and down wherever you'd like them. Okay, cool. So if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. There's going to be heaps more of these coming out. And leave any questions that you have in the comments about other things you'd like me to work on in these sessions. Okay, thanks guys. Have an awesome day.